Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. Today I am building a veterinary clinic slash villa, and as you can see it's going to be huge. I have this really bad tendency of making massive builds, but ain't nobody gonna stop me. Anyway, these windows were key to the success of this building. I automatically knew that I wanted it to have a strawberry kiwi type thing, so pink and green, and the pastels of the window shades and the pastel of the pink really helped me get a hold on what I want the furniture to look like and the overall vibe of it. So in the back I decided to make a little dog park, and of course if you have it as a veterinary clinic there won't be that many people that probably use that, which is unfortunate, but I wanted it so that you can move back and forth. Maybe when the vet is closed, you still open the bottom portion as a park. And of course, you can lock the door that goes up to the housing area, so everyone just goes straight to the park or wanders around in the actual veterinary clinic, which is great. My overall basis for the floor plan was just to have at least 3 exam rooms, 2 public bathrooms, a nice big lobby with a separate play area for the dogs and cats to chill out so that they're not all up on their owner and they're not wandering around everywhere. That was very important for me. And the siding, oh my gosh, I love this wood siding, this really pale, cool tone wood siding. Looks absolutely gorgeous. I put it everywhere that I could, but eventually, especially in the hallway, I kind of changed it up so that it wasn't as monotonous. Unfortunately, my screen recording crashed, but this is what I got the bathrooms to look like. There's 2 toilets each, and I really like the color scheme. It's more blues. And then these are the exam rooms. I basically just copied the room for all 3 of them and just changed up some of the decor. So as you can see, it has the same layout in each one. It's just, really small differences that kind of personalize it in a way. I decided to add an employee lounge because I noticed the hallway was really big, like awkwardly big. There was no use for all that space, so I put a little kitchenette area and a small dining table because usually when I have vets open, they're open for at least 12 hours. When you get that notification that your employees are getting tired? Yeah. So I wanted a place for them to chill out, sit back, and I also wanted a place for the owner to grab a quick snack without having to go all the way upstairs. I decided against the windmills you see here because I thought, it's next to the ocean, it's going to have a really good breeze, but it really just, it ruined the aesthetic for me. I couldn't do it. So eventually I put up some solar panels, and I also decided to go around the entire building with hedges because, one, I don't know how to get rid of the foundation that's under the fence. Like, I did make it kind of hilly, so the building is on top of a slight incline, and I had no clue how to get rid of that ugly concrete white foundation, and all the other foundation options they had just didn't fit with the energy. I think the hedges really made it work though. And as you can see in the back, I did have a little dog park, and I'm hoping you can switch between vet and dog park. So say if you don't want to open the office, you can switch it over to the park and have it function, as a little get-together area, and of course lock the door that leads upstairs so that you don't have people coming into your house. I also had a lot of waiting areas, outside of the exam rooms just in case people wanted to lounge out there, read a book while their pet was being looked at. And I also added a very, very small office just to make sure that there was at least one computer downstairs. I also added, I think, a chess table on the patio and a little seating area out in the back so you can overlook the ocean. And when I say luxury vet, I mean it. So right now I'm working on, this is the 3rd story, and I knew I wanted an indoor pool. I knew it, so I automatically did it before I started working on the 2nd floor. So as you're seeing here, I have the living room on a nice little platform, which, guys, these platforms are an absolute freaking mess. Like, the fact that if you overlap a platform with a wall and it just deletes the wall and then it kind of deletes the ceiling, it was just, it took so much effort. And I really like the color of these appliances, but I decided to tone it down and make it less blue and kind of make it mesh with the living room a little bit more because it looked really, really out of place with that bright blue in there. And I'm overall really liked how it turned out. I also added in another bathroom, again, because there's just this open, awkward space. And also because I figured if you have visitors, you know, it's always nice to have extra bathrooms instead of having to walk up or down a flight of stairs to get there. And I did continue the blue theme in there. I kept the blue in there just because all of the bathrooms for some reason had a blue theme, so I just went with it. It took me forever and a half to do this roofing, y'all. It was so bad. And even then, it kind of just overlaps in a weird way. So I decided, I originally wanted the pool to be on the top floor and have a glass roof, but I really liked how you can look into it from downstairs. And I didn't want it to be above the bedroom because I feel like the view just wouldn't be as cool and as gratifying if you saw it every night in your bedroom versus if it was a statement piece in the middle of your living room. So I decided to keep it. I decided to add up those solar panels because I did want it to be as eco-friendly as possible, since I know it would take up a ton of power and the lot taxes are probably a little bit intense here too. Again, the platforms, they really need to fix that issue because it was absolutely aggravating. So this is the 4th floor. This is where the bedroom is. There's also a small living area just for privacy's sake. And with the decoration of all the rooms in general, it really just went with the vibe. So the 1st floor, you know, I want it to be cheery. I don't want it to look scary or intimidating. Nice pastels. 2nd floor, I wanted it to be more calming and just really warm and heavy, like you're laying down a load after work, you know? So that's why I chose the darker leathers for the sofas and things. 3rd floor, I wanted it to be a kind of oasis in a way. So that's why I put the pool there. And in the end, when I go back to decorate it, I want it to very much feel like you were stepping into a whole different world. And then this 4th floor, I wanted to be just still, you know, just stillness, being able to escape from the busy life of being an entrepreneur. So I went for more blues and pastels and things like that. So at this point, I'm noticing that it looks like a brick. Like the rows of windows, it was just, it wasn't cute, but I just left it and thought about how to fix that issue. So as I come in here, again, I want it to be more warm, more homey, more kind of rustic in a way, but a bougie rustic because, you know, your girl's all about looks here. And I love me a good aesthetic every now and then. So even the small things make a big difference to me. I opted to put in a microwave in the employee lounge because it seemed more realistic than having a full-blown stove. I mean, who's gonna have time to whip up an omelet on a shift, you know? So I put in a little microwave. They can make a quick little snack instead of possibly burning down the entire building. I really struggled with the backsplash I wanted to do on this wall because I did want it to be some sort of a statement piece. And I think I'd go back in and make it red instead to really warm everything up. Oh, now that I'm looking at it again, I really, really love how the living room turned out, especially with the staggered platforms. I think it makes it look very dramatic. And here I am going back and changing the appliances to red so that it's not as much of a stark difference from the whole living room. And that's the issue with open concept rooms. Decorating is hard. It's really hard to go from one color scheme to another. You kind of have to mesh it together. Otherwise, it just looks really, really awkward. So here I am just putting up some clutter. I used as many debug objects as I could, but it still ended up costing 250,000 simoleons. So a little much. And here I am putting in some round windows to kind of break up the monotony of the continuous rectangular windows. And as you see, I put that red backsplash. I switched up the platform tiles a little bit to give it some sort of dimension. So I put the stone in the middle layer. And here in the bathroom, I again decided to keep it blue just because, I don't know, it looks cute. It reminds me of a little ocean in a way. I really love it. And I put just big windows on the side of the pool or on the wall where the pool is so that you could just look into it and enjoy the view of people swimming, I guess, or just enjoy the light that comes from there because there are tons of windows on every single floor. So that's just more light to come in. And so here I am decorating the pool area. And again, I wanted it to be kind of ethereal. I wanted it to be surreal. I wanted it to feel like you were escaping into a different reality. So I was really heavy on the greenery and the plants in here. I wanted it to really feel like a mini spa. Unfortunately, I don't have the spa retreat pack or whatever that is, so I couldn't have, like a whole massage table and the sauna and things like that. So I just made the most of what I have. I think in this build I used the Seasons pack, the Vet pack of course, and the Jungle Adventure pack. I'm pretty sure those are the only ones I own, if I'm being quite honest, and I just made the most of it. I used some debug items, but those debug items you could buy normally, like from base game things. I just used them so that I wouldn't have to pay for them, because if I used like actual paid for hedges to go around the entire estate, it would have been at least $10,000 more. So I tried my best to avoid that. And also that massive tree that you kind of see hovering over, that one you kind of see hovering with the vine, that's from Jungle Adventures, and I just put it on the very end of the lot. For some reason it kind of looks like it's in with the rest of the landscape, like off of the lot, like it's not directly connected to the building, but it has a really nice overhang and it provides a lot of shade, which I really appreciate. I don't know how to get rid of it because I forget where I placed it, because it doesn't show up where it's supposed to. And then here is the third restroom. Again, pretty small. It's just a half bath, just so you can use the bathroom without having to worry about going downstairs. And then here is the bedroom. Now, I just wanted this to feel really zen, really peaceful, really quiet. So I have really soft colors in here that are kind of meant to induce you into like a sleep-like state and make you feel really at home. I decided to add a home gym just because, this is the house of an entrepreneur. They live here, they work here, and I figured getting out and going to the gym might be a bit difficult with their lifestyle. So I decided, for convenience sake, just to have it included. And I think it was a pretty good choice. Honestly, when I get a house, I hope to have a home gym or at least something of the sort, so I don't have an excuse to not work out. And again, I have the platforms. I learned that unfortunately you can't have like a sunken platform if it's not on the first floor. Like if you're on the second floor, you have to put everything else on a platform and then put the part that you want to be indented on like the regular flooring, which I feel like that makes sense, but also why would you deceive me like that? Like I really thought that you could sink it in because that's how it looked like, but they didn't tell you, oh, it only works on the first floor, which I feel like definitely should have been like in the description of platforms, that you can only decrease the height on the first floor. I have a whole little bath here, little bathroom area with a bathtub and a shower because we bougie in this. And of course we have a little divider for the bathtub's sake, because if you would walk in, you would like automatically see a person bathing there. And just to avoid anyone from dying from embarrassment, because that is the worst way to go, I put that little divider there. And I always build my bathroom so that the toilets at least have a wall. This bathroom is big enough that I could have a whole door to it, but all of my toilets at least have a wall blocking it so that people don't accidentally walk in on each other. And thankfully I had no space to put a little sitting area here too, which I'm really proud of, because I feel like that just really seals the deal that this house is bougie and actual luxury. And of course, if you want to download this house without the vet clinic, you can always download it, delete the first floor, and call it a day. I don't think it'll be an issue. I tried doing that myself and it worked perfectly fine. You just have to finagle with the stairs and maybe just make that the entrance or something. And you'd probably save like $100,000 right there just by getting rid of the vet clinic. And the dog park, of course. So here I am adding in some cabinets. I normally don't have cabinets just because, I don't know. I use them every day in real life, but for some reason I forget about them when I'm making a house. And I actually forgot to add cabinets over this sink, but I think I added some decorations to make up for it. So let's go on a tour. This is a little outdoor waiting area, and in here is the lobby. You have a nice open seating area, a nice indoor play space with some food and some toys. And then in the back of here, you have a male and female bathroom, each of which have 2 toilets, which have doors at the front so that no one dies from embarrassment here. We don't do that in this household. And I decided to decorate it with some blues just to break up the really green and neutral aesthetic that I had going on. This is the emergency surgery room. Surgery isn't used that much in the vet profession, so I decided, if your dog or cat's gonna have surgery, it's probably gonna be something that's done immediately, or that's done relatively urgently. So instead of going down the hallway, I decided to make it just right off the lobby. And I contemplating adding this aquarium. I was going to put a coffee table, but I really think it seals the deal. So this is the hallway. You have 2 of those little treat machines to make treats for the vending machines. You have a little coat hanger here. You have some educational posters. Here's the very small study / office space. It's not supposed to be used for anything too serious. Here is the employee lounge, equipped with, a fridge, a little seating area in case they need to crash and take a quick nap, and a small dining space. Enough for, most of the employees to be here at once. I was tempted to put only 2 chairs because they have a tendency of just not doing anything. Here are 2 of the exam rooms. I just copy and paste it. Ooh, the hedges are clipping, but you know what? You guys can fix that. I just copy and pasted the 3 exam rooms and just switched up the decorations a little bit. I decided to put a sink and a little toolbox in here just because it made sense. Here is a little waiting area, and here's an extended waiting area. I added a duck there just because it looked cute. I added some books in there just in case anyone got bored. I put a fireplace here because it does get pretty chilly in Brittleton Bay, and in case it's too cold to go out in the dog park, people can sit here and just vibe with their animal a little bit until they're ready to get in the car and go home. Because I know sometimes animals are just a little too shaken up after the vet to have any intense things going on around them. This is the 3rd exam room, a little bit more spacious, again with the sink and the little side cabinet because it just makes sense. And here is the exit to the backyard. This is the only entrance to the dog park area, but as I mentioned, you can always switch this from a vet place to a dog park and then just have them go through the hallway to get to the back park. Because this is a bougie place and I don't want anyone just walking off the street in order to get here. So this is like the little sitting area for the owners. Here, a full dog training course and dog track. Plenty of food and toys, a little fan out here, and some places to just lounge and look at the sunset or just watch the boats come into the marina. There's also a little bee box. I was gonna put an insect stand, but those take too much effort to take care of. Plus, I don't have a generator, so it didn't make sense for me to have that. And we go upstairs. Again, you can lock this door to keep any patrons from coming into your house. Here's how the living room turned out. I really like it. I like this overall energy of this first floor because it turned out exactly how I wanted it. I want it to be more soothing, more dark, a little bit more, I don't know how to put it, but it turned out exactly how I wanted it to be. More jazz vibes in a way, but still not too dark where it's unwelcoming. So I add just 2 little lights on either side of the bookshelf. I put that little drink globe in the corner, and then this is the kitchen. Again, pretty open area, a nice big dining room. We could easily have a dinner party with 10 people and have no problem at all. And tucked in the corner is a little plant. And this is my favorite part of this build, the pool area. I really wanted to feel like you're escaping into the jungle, and I think I pulled it off. What do you guys think? I added some extra grass along the outer edges of the platform to make it look like it was growing into the area. I put some windows at the bottom so you have a nice view and some more light. I put a bathroom in here just so you don't have to go downstairs. I put some cloud lights. I really love the energy that's in here. You have a grill, you have a little eating area. I'm not sure if that's 100% accessible. I haven't play tested this. If not, you can always move it to the side. And I decided to put a ladder leading to the bedroom instead of stairs because no animals allowed. This person, they work with animals, for most of their life. I figure if they have any pets, they'd probably have their own place downstairs in the living room. Just for the sake of maintaining their sanity. Or they'd bring them upstairs themselves instead of having them roam free range. This is how the bedroom turned out. If you can't tell, I love symmetry. And it just makes me happy. And this is how the bathroom turned out. I really, really love it. It integrates the warmth of the wood, which I appreciate, but also the coolness of the stone. And I was gonna make this blue theme like the rest of my bathrooms, but I decided it needed to feel more homey and a little bit more gentle. I'm sad that these showers don't come in like woody colors or anything that looks relatively natural. Like they're all purple and like pink and green and stuff. And I didn't want that outdoor shower from Seasons just because I wanted something with more privacy, which is why the wall is facing where the door opens to. Here's a little step up to the platform. And I tried to make it so that the bed had a view of the TV from here. I'm not sure if it works perfectly, but the thought is there. The thought is there. And if not, you always have this little private sitting area for you, plus a private study, some bookshelves, and a little workout area. I really love this living space. I've made it so that it felt homey, but not too clean. A little bit of clutter, a little bit of mess. And here is the home gym. Again, there's nothing to really look at. If I could go back, I'd probably add in just some speakers for music, but this is really all you need. It's just your equipment and yourself, and call it a day. And yeah, I'm gonna go back in here and switch up the wallpaper a little bit. I don't really know what to put in here. I don't want wood because I feel like I've never seen a gym with wood before. Oh, I like this light. I like this light energy. Yeah, perfect. And then this is the outer portion with the dog sign. And as you can see, the little faux balconies on these windows. I've added some more solar panels on this side portion. And then in the back, I just added some little flower baskets. Again, to break up the monotony, I added some more trees. And I don't know, I'm really proud of this build. This took me about 6 or 7 hours. And I think it was worth every second. I really enjoyed making this. I made this all in one day. I was up making this till like 1 a.m. just because I couldn't stop myself. It was a nice build, and I didn't really have any concrete plans going into this, but I think it turned out really well. I'm really bad at making like floor plans and sticking to them. I always end up adding rooms or like maneuvering things around and things like that. And you know what? No regrets, because it turned out absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to see you guys use this or edit it and make it your own. But of course, please credit me if you do any fixer upper type things. I don't know what else you can fix besides making this eligible to be a park, so adding a park bench and a public restroom, or just making this a house. I will upload it to the gallery under the name Luxury Bayfront Vet. You can always find me at the Simcatect, same as my YouTube name, and I'll see y'all later.